G'day there, welcome back to the Sith Side. It is Hannah and Tony back for another chat amongst the stars of Star Wars. We are talking Andor season finale that we experienced last night. Lots to say, many emotions, and we're going to break it down and our thoughts and reactions for you here tonight. So let's get running into it. Tony, how are you?
Good. I'm good. Feel good after that finale yesterday. It was pretty good. And I never
Yeah,
say that about Andor stuff.
yeah,
So
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. How you doing? Your voice is slowly almost coming back, but not
Slowly
really.
getting there. I feel fantastic, but my voice is not reciprocating how great I'm feeling. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just permanently like this now. Who knows? We'll find out every week. Tune in to see if I still sound like this. But I'm doing good. Apart from that, pretty kind of shocked. Andor's over now. I think it really didn't hit me until sort of kind of like 2 days ago, being like, yeah, damn, this is going to be the last time we sort of wake up to new Andor. I think Andor for its whole lifetime has always brought such an interesting discussion to the Star Wars fandom. You know,
Yeah.
people saying it's like the most perfect thing ever made, other
Okay.
people saying it's really boring and not loving it. And me myself, I've been on such a roller coaster journey with Andor because I
Yeah.
really was not about season one, but this season two, I'm like awestruck and can't stop talking about and thinking about
Yeah.
and dreaming about. So yeah, I'm so excited to talk about just sort of like the finale, but then also just like what we think overall of the season and like kind of what it's done to Star Wars, I guess, a little bit. I don't know. We'll get our analytical glasses on. We'll go deep into
Yeah.
it. But yeah. Live chat. Who's in here today? Let's see, Tony.
Let's see. So what up, Proy? What up,
Roy?
DB? Gonna test something. All right, good luck. What up, Galactic? Hello there. What up, T Man? Sorry you broke your foot, bro. Hope you get better soon.
Foot. Dude.
Yo, Gordo, what up? What up? Last 6 episodes were awesome. Yes.
Correct.
Victoria, hello there. Revenge of the Bith, what's
Say.
up? Mimo, what up? What up? And Star
Is
Geeks,
it
what's
Memo
up?
or
What's up?
Memo? Is it Memo?
Is it tomato or is it tomato? However you
Exactly,
say it.
dude. Who knows? Who knows? Love it. Love it. Star Geeks as well. So cool.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Well, let's talk about this this finale. Did you do a reaction video to it? Did you do a react?
No, I thought about it, but then like I'm not gonna put the energy into doing that, recording it.
Yeah.
I wanted to sit on my couch comfy, just watch it. Cause a part
Yeah.
of me was worried that like what if it's like the first six, which I didn't really vibe with. I don't want to be here all grumpy, recording myself being grumpy. So I was like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna just watch it. It is what it is. So I just watched it on the couch, watched all 3 episodes in a row. And then when I woke up the next morning, I watched Rogue One. I was too tired to watch it Rogue One the night like right after,
Mm.
but
Yeah. It was late.
I
Hey. Yeah.
watched it this morning. And it's a different experience after watching all that. It's kind of cool.
That's so cool. Yeah. It's I mean, yeah, if anyone's I did 2 live streams yesterday around the
You
finale, a pre-show and a
did.
post-show, and a reaction, just because I was so sort of just I don't know, I was really, like, gooey about this show ending for some reason, and I wish I could go back in time 3 years ago to when this, the season 1 came out, and I did cover it, and I did reactions and everything, and honestly, go back and watch those because 'cause I'm just like, "Well, what's this about? I don't get it." Like, the whole season 1, I'm like, "Meh."
Yeah.
Then this season, I'm just, like, so in love with this show now. So interesting. Um, but yeah, I last night hang on, no, not last night, the night before, whatever. It was the middle of the day in Murica for you guys. And they did on the Star Wars YouTube channel, they did a live stream with Tony Gilroy,
Yeah.
Diego Luna hosting it. I don't know if you caught any of that at all.
Mm.
But that was at 2 a.m. Australian time. And I set my alarm for 2 a.m. and I woke up and watched it
Nerd.
because I know I was like, this is so lame of me, dude. But I was like, this is worth it. Like that, like this whole live stream thing they're doing is new and they haven't done that before. They did it for the
Yeah.
premiere, and then they did it for the finale, obviously. And then yeah, I don't know if anyone in the chat watched it at all or watched it after the fact. It was
Uh.
really cool because they had Yeah, it was pretty much it was Ash from she's like a host from Screen Rant, and
Mhm.
she like hosted Tony Gilroy and Diego Luna, and then they had call-ins from everyone. So they had Genevieve call in, they have Kyle Solik call in, Cyril, Denise Go who plays Dedra, like they Bix, they had Adria call in, they had everyone call in and like chat for like 5 minutes, and then they're like, yeah, thanks, bye, and then someone else calls in. It was actually a really great live show, and I absolutely loved it. So if anyone in the chat like wants more, I sound like I'm being paid for this. Go watch it. It was actually live stream. Yeah, it was really, really cool. So that was like 2 a.m. And then all yesterday I was pretty much just sitting right here, post-show, pre-show, watched the episode,
Yeah.
post-show, immediately edited the reaction. Because yeah, that finale was something. So much happened to the finale, didn't it?
A lot happened
Deaths.
over those 3
A lot of
episodes.
deaths. Yeah. Should we jump into it? Should we jump
Yeah.
into the actual finale?
Yeah.
I feel like the way I started talking about it was like going through chronologically, like who dies and what what happens around that. Because the first sort of scene we get into, it was Luthen and Lonnie talking, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Luthen,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the cold-blooded dude he is, taken out Lonnie, the ISB agent. Did you expect that to coming in? What did you think about
No,
that?
no, I didn't expect that at all. And I might have missed something. Like, did they show him kill him, or they just cut away and then you seen him sitting, and that Tuca cat came over and started like messing with it?
The
No,
Loth cat. The Loth
yeah.
cat.
Well, no, technically, I think that one's a Tuca cat, which is a little
What do
different
you
than the
mean?
Loth cat. I was watching a new Rockstars breakdown video, and they were explaining the
Tuca
difference.
cat.
Tuca cat, yeah, which is similar to a Loth cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I thought it was a Loth cat too right away. So it's, I mean, basically Loth cat. But
Yeah, they look the
no,
same,
I didn't
basically,
expect
yeah.
that. But I was like, damn, like Luthen is still a savage for doing
Mm,
that. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But he spilled all the beans talking about the weapon, Galen, Jeddah, Scarif, all the key words, Galen Urso, that it's
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
it's getting serious, and it's getting serious quick. And it was crazy how worried Luthen was, because he was telling the chick, what's her name? I don't know none of these people's names.
Clea, I think it's
Yeah, her, Clea, about remember these names, repeat it back to me, say it again. It's Galen Urso,
Yeah.
not yeah. So it got pretty tense there pretty quick. And then when he went back to his shop, like the minute he was destroying everything and the bell rang, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be Deja right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I think, yeah, the second they started actually, like you said, naming the things, the key parts, and Lonnie's like, so Death Star, weapon, was like, okay, we're in the thick of it now. We're like, this
Yeah.
is now or never. Oh my god. And yeah, I was pretty shocked to see Lonnie taken out, but like I thought he was gonna die at some point, so I just didn't expect it to be Luthen, but makes sense. The guy's kind of low key crazy. But yeah, like you said, the scene then back in the shop and Dedra coming to the shop was awesome. And like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this tension is really, really cool. But then it just went to another level when she's like, I got something for you, opens it up, and it's the bloody star path from season one, that first few
Andors
episodes.
like stole and
Yeah.
sold to Luthen, right?
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that is
Yep.
such a good way to be like, I know you. I know what you're up to. I know your shit. That was such a great, such great scene. And then it's so many people like get injured and die. And then were you pretty shocked to see Luthen and when he holds the knife, the bloodied knife? What was your reaction
Yeah.
there?
So I thought he was gonna die, but I figured maybe like Andor was gonna kill him, or like it'd be a little bit more like a heated moment and he would get shot or whatever. But when he did that, I was like, oh crap. That's kind of like shows a lot for his character, because he knew he knows too much, and he wanted to make sure that they didn't get any info, didn't find anything. So he literally sacrificed himself for the rebellion, or at least try to. And it got crazy when they're like, DJ had all those people come in, keep him alive, I need him. So yeah, I didn't expect that at all, but it made me give Luthen a little bit more respect, because I thought he was going to try to just be a little bit more of a scumbag, try to get away and do what he has to do to survive, kind of deal. But no, he's down for the cause, and like, that's crazy, man. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Absolutely. I was ready for Luthen to die. Like, I think it was pretty heavily theorized, but yeah, to see the way he did it, and was just like, yeah, I'm gonna take myself out so they can't get me. They can't get me to answer. Um, I thought it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, pretty much. Um,
Yeah.
but then this whole sort of sequence, this episode was so interesting with like the kind of pacing because it was a lot slower pace than obviously the previous three. But it was still pretty. We got some still very cool moments.
Yeah,
The flashbacks.
with the flashbacks, at first I was a little worried because I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be another one of the boring episodes. Like, I don't because at
Mm,
first I'm like, I don't care about this little kid. Like, just let's what's going on? What's going on? But
mm,
then I ended up liking it a lot because it got interesting because it showed us their relationship and how she looked at him as a father. So then
yeah.
it made it a lot more meaningful. Because at first we just thought they were just friends and whatever. Like, we didn't know the depth of their relationship. So I
Mm.
was a little worried at first, but then it's like, okay, this is good. This is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the exact same experience being like, yeah, is this gonna go down? But then I liked the way it's yeah, like you said, it showed that they really kind of became a father-daughter sort of dynamic between them both, which I think yeah added to obviously the end of those characters. It
Yeah.
added to like that being emotional. I'm so worried I'm gonna forget something. Because then what happens next? We get the flashbacks. Dedra's in trouble. Dedra's in deep shit, and Krennic is like
Yeah.
telling her off. That was a really great scene. Krennic, Ben Mendelsohn, is such a fantastic actor.
So
I
good.
love him so much,
Oh my
right?
God. When he
Oh,
came in there talking mad shit to her, put his finger
mm.
on her head, like, what?
Yeah.
Who? Like,
I was like,
what?
that is such a
The
weird sort of direction or, just motion. But I was like, it felt very what's the word? I don't know. It just felt like really psycho and weird and
yeah,
playing mind games. Yeah.
yeah, that
Mm.
part was crazy. And then after that, it kind of got into Clea, yo, she was a badass that episode by herself because she turned into like James Bond, she turned into Tom Cruise
Yeah.
in Mission Impossible, sneaking in. That whole sequence of her going in and that doing everything that she did, setting up the bombs, like like that gun that she found or she snuck in, everything she did, it was badass. It was like watching Jason
Mm.
Bourne. Like, I enjoyed that whole hospital sequence. And then it
Yeah.
got really deep and emotional when she got
Mm.
to that part. That part, I was like,
Yeah.
wow. I thought she was gonna try to like steal him and take him out.
Me too.
That's
Me
what I
too.
was
The whole
waiting
time. I'm like,
for.
what is she doing? She can't like he needs to like live in there. Like
And
why?
she
Like what
did
is she
what
think's gonna
needed to
happen?
get done, which I was like, oh my God, that's what she's
Yeah.
doing. And she
Yeah.
did it. And like, basically took her father off life support. That's one
Mm.
of the toughest things to do in life. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a it really wasn't until the actual moment where she disconnected the tube
Yeah.
where I clicked, "Oh my god, she's killing him." So like he wanted to die. He wanted to go, "You're never going to get anything out of me."
Yep.
And she had to finish that. And yeah, that was so crazy. That was and even the fade out, the music and the kind of this the it was kind of these swells of the music. And I found that it even
Yeah.
kind of mimicked the pulse in a way where it's like it
Yeah.
just got
Yeah. Yeah.
slower and slower, and then like the fade. Oh, I was like, bro, because I don't think any episode has ended like that in terms of the fade out.
That's how it
It's
ended
usually
too, right? It ended just like
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah,
right? That was the end of it. The
yeah.
first,
That was
oh
that was
my
the last
God.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good. Like, when
mm,
it finished, I was like, okay, that was good. It started off a
yeah,
little like, am I gonna like this? But
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
I had the same
damn,
thought.
like that hit and it made me care about her a lot more. Cause at the whole both seasons, I didn't really care about her. Like, whatever, some chick that works in his office, but like
Mm,
it made me care for her a lot more.
mm, yeah, and I think they just tied it in with the flashbacks so well. I think the
Yeah,
flashbacks again just really added to that moment.
it did.
um, to make that powerful. What happens in the next episode? The next episode is where we get what happens? I can't
Stuff.
even remember.
So she's on the
The
run. She builds that little machine and
account.
sends the message. And it
Mm,
starts off with Andor Meshi or Melshi, whatever the dude's name, K2 playing like poker type dominoes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We did not get enough K2. K2 was amazing in everything that he did. So good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it started off with that. Then they got the message. Then they had to like sneak off and go over there. Everybody got pissed. So that was the second episode, was the build up to get to the hideout that Cassian used to stay at with Bix. And then I think it ended there too before shit went down in the last one.
Yeah. And I totally agree. I wish we got a lot more K2 than we did. He was such a great balance, I think, to the kind of the heaviness and intensity.
Yeah.
Like any scene that he was in was just like, oh, this is so good. This guy's so funny. This guy's such a well-written character. But what I liked is that they still showed that these KX droids are like absolutely lethal. The way that the ship started getting involved, and K2 just like walked up, absolutely smashed everyone, and then just walks out.
Yeah.
But he does that, but then he's like super sarcastic and funny, and like it just such a good contrast. I was like, oh, love him.
So freaking good.
Yeah, Terminator vibes.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, it was really interesting seeing the that safe house apartment block thing. Seeing it so like run down,
completely empty,
abandoned. Yeah, that was really. I liked that the safe house in itself was almost like a character throughout the season, because we got to see it so much in so many different states. Like even at the end when like Cassian was walking away from it, I thought that was like an emotional moment, being like, okay, he's moving on, and he's never gonna see this apartment again. This is really the last moment and thing he can do with it, and it's somewhere that he shared with Bix, which I was just another layer of emotion for him.
It was, cool. And then I think we got a little bit in this episode because when he dipped. Did we get a little bit of Mon Mothma and Bail, and they were like, where is he going? What's going on? Why did he leave? Or was that all in the last one? Or
I can't remember. It could have been. It could have been a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But it really showed.
When we got Mon Mothma, seeing her with the different hair, I was like, yo, that's Rogue One OT vibes. Like she looked like a completely different person, just with the different hair. It's crazy.
Yeah, I really loved it. I think they did such a perfect job making her look exactly like Rogue One. It was uncanny. It was amazing. It was so cool.
Yeah,
so cool. With the just still again, it is all blurring for me now. This might be into the start of the next episode. Of the hallway of the Imperials, the ISB coming in to get them. This was a great sort of action sequence, I found. And I hated that ISB guy that was like, he was super like uppity and he was like overthrowing Dedra in a way.
Yep.
I hated that guy. And the way that K2 kills him.
As a shield.
Oh
my God.
Holds him as a shield, and the dude's just like having a shoot through him. I was just like, it's like, who approved this? This is not
That's
Disney
awesome.
Princess. Holy shit, this is cool. It was super violent, which was good in the sense that I think like K2 and this show just kind of needs that to show how like just rough and ready everyone was.
And as soon as he popped up after he killed everybody, he's like, I cleared a path, like all casual and nonchalant.
Yeah, again, that perfect contrast of the comedy and absolute.
Oh
violence.
Yeah, he did get a hallway scene. Damn, so K2 had his full hallway scene. That's crazy.
I love it. So good. And then we go back to Yavan. And we're basically just like touching base with everyone. Hey, we're just seeing what everyone's got to settle to do now. In this final episode. What have you got to say kind of about what happens in this final episode? What stood out to you?
I loved all the stuff on Yavan because it felt like Rogue One. It really felt like back in that universe, like, oh God, they're literally this is about to be the beginning of Rogue One. They're setting everything up. He puts on his outfit that he had in the beginning of Rogue One. He's getting ready. Mon Mothma, Bail, everyone's like, all right, this is the plan. We have to do this. At first, they didn't believe the info that they got, but then all of a sudden,
that was interesting.
All of a sudden, they're getting all these calls, and everything is like, wait a minute, that's kind of what Cassian said that she said. about Jeddah, about now they're talking about Scarif, now they're talking about this. So they finally realized it. And then Saw, bro, he's still a punk. He killed Tech. I hate Saw.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's
So
a little
annoying, eh?
bitch. And his
He's
little
crazy.
yeah, man. But no,
I love that scene though with when Saul was talking to like the rebel council
yeah, and Mon Mothma was trying to look out
was
for him, like,
like,
hey, I'm trying to
yeah,
look
he's
out for
like,
you.
we are
Be
on your
careful.
side. Like she
Yeah.
was just like not taking it at all. I love her so much. She's so great. But yeah, Saul's nuts, man. He's so crazy.
It
He's so,
was.
so crazy.
It sucks though they couldn't get the original Veil, because I feel like all those scenes would have hit a bit harder. Like it was fine, but like if it would have been the OG Veil, it would have just hit a little bit more in those sequences.
Yeah. I mean, I agree because yeah, Jimmy Smith is so perfect as our Bale, but in saying that, I really believed him. Like,
No,
by
no,
the
he
time we got to
delivered.
that
Yeah,
scene,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is Bale. Like, I didn't really think of it to be honest. But yeah, I kind of agree. But yeah, I think they did so well to give us a real, because obviously this is kind of talking about the ending of the episode now. Really just give us where everyone is at. And it was so beautiful to see.
Thank you,
With the super sticker. Like there's so much to like theorize and talk about here. So let's just talk about where everyone's at, because I love this montage and Cassian's like walking
yeah,
into
yeah,
yeah. Melchi's training the new recruits. Vel and Mon Mothma are like still together, and cousins hanging out doing this together.
Thank you, Rossi.
Kalea is like recovering, and I was so nervous that she wasn't going to go to Yavan and she was going to die. So I'm so happy she made it to Yavan and she survived as well. I thought that was I'm really happy for her and that character. Willman is like living out his life with his blondie of the week that he's with. Yeah, he's chill. He's cool. He's cool.
Two things that before we got the rest of that montage at the end were kind of like in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna be pissed about this. But one was, where the hell's B2? And right when I was thinking that in my mind, it cut to seeing B2 and he had a little friend, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
So that
happily ever after for B2.
Yeah, B2. The other thing that kind
of Rusty.
Yes, that grinded my gears. I was also thinking about it in my mind. I'm like, man, whatever happened with his sister? Like, dude was looking for his sister the whole first season.
Let's talk about this. Yeah.
And then like he adds in a little dream sequence where he sees his sister and he wakes up and that's it. I'm like, are you kidding me? What's up with this sister shit? You start with it, you end with it.
Well, have you? I don't know if you've seen this online, but there's a bit of theorizing.
Bix is his sister.
And not Bix though. Okay, Luke and Leia. But no, there's a theory going online that just the way the episode was cut, and I got to go back and watch it carefully. The way that sort of sequence was cut and what took place is sort of implying that maybe Kalea was his sister, and because she was on some sort of planet a little bit older that got taken over by whoever Luthen was with. And that's why she, was hiding, and she might be the sister. And because it was like they had that weird sort of not moment, because it was a moment, but it wasn't romantic at all. But they had this very intense sort of emotional dialogue in the safe house. And again, I want to go back and rewatch it. But people were saying, yeah, what if it was Claire was the sister? And they just
that'd be kind of crazy.
They just
I wish they would have figured it out though. I wish they would have figured it out, man. But the most saddest part where I was like, bro, you're really about to make me cry is when you seen Bix in the field with the baby.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Because at first I was like, yo, she's already smashing another dude. But I'm like, no, it's been like a year. So she probably was pregnant, because unless she moved somewhere and within the first 3 months got knocked up, she was already pregnant. So I was like, yo, that's little Cassian. And it's funny, online, people were like photoshopping pictures of like Andor and Bix, and Poe Dameron as like their son,
Yes,
like
I
messing
am
around.
all for this theory. I am all for this theory.
But
The
doesn't
age
Poe?
lines up.
Well,
The age lines up.
it does. But didn't they do like a comic run or a book where Poe has like established parents in canon or whatever you want to call it?
Oh, does he?
Yeah. I think so. I think there's already something there, because that'd be kind of crazy if it
I
was.
love that. Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that and I was like, bro, that's so messed up. Like you're gonna end on that, and like,
Yeah.
does Bix know that he was on Scarif and it blew up? Like, or are they leaving that open ended, and one day, like 20 years later, that guy will be the baddest pilot in the galaxy doing crazy
Yeah.
stuff or something like that, you know?
And this is my whole theory about saying, even if you don't like the sequels,
Oh, I didn't catch this. She was holding
was
her
she?
belly in 8-9. Oh, that'd be dope if they had that in there early like
Dude, I gotta
that.
rewatch this. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
didn't notice that at all. But yeah, this is why, even if you don't like the sequels, I think something like this really piques my interest of because
Ooh.
then you think, okay, Poe in the sequels, fighting for the Resistance, trying to take down the First Order. He's trying to like live up to his parents' name of Cassian and Bix, in the rebellion. Like, I love that sort of connection if it was something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, they already did something because
fuck.
Poe's mom did a mission with Luke. So
Retcon it.
yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, they could
write it over it.
Filoni does it all the time. He doesn't pay attention to the books all the time.
Oh,
and
that's
then
such a kettle of
Tony
fish,
Gilroy, he doesn't pay attention to nothing but whatever he wants. So he could.
Spicy topic. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just crazy how it all ended. So like, it's rare when they stick the landing on a finale. A lot of these Star Wars shows, and even the Marvel shows on Disney Plus, fumble the landing. It'll have like the season will be great, but then the finale is always like, This is the first time in a while after finale I'm like, man, I feel good, and it's nice to say that.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt really satisfied, and sometimes some people are saying, oh, the sister thing didn't get resolved, this didn't get resolved, but to me, not like if they were like, this is what happens to every part of this show at the end. Like, if they do it too detailed and too much, it cuts off too hard. But it's like, I like that, we don't know the name of the baby, we don't know what happens to Bix, we just know she has a baby and she's safe. Like, that's perfect. That's a perfect ending. And so yeah, I agree. I think this finale and the way they wrapped up the most important characters of the show was immaculate. And the way it lines up to Rogue One is amazing. So well done. So well done. What else did I have to say about this baby? I had more to say about it. But yeah, it was just so shocking. And I think because, I don't know, Star Wars fans were really good at theorizing. Let's talk about that actually.
The husband just drinking during the day with some passed out shorty on his lap. Yeah.
No, that's you. Bro, you don't even realize how crazy that scene is. That's Skulden's wife.
Hey,
that's
what happens in Coruscant stays in Coruscant.
Dude, but that's so messed up because that's his daughter's now husband's mum. So it's like it's their in-laws. They are in-laws.
And they had like, too much of that Henny. That looked like Hennessy in there. They were lit.
It did, didn't it? It did.
They were lit.
Crazy.
And then
I think was so amazed.
One of the most satisfying things was seeing stupid Deidre in the white and orange outfit, knowing that you're going to be just building parts for the Death Star. You're never going to get out of there, you bitch. I was so happy seeing that. It was so satisfying. So
yeah. It's
Rossi, why would the baby be force sensitive? Bix and Diego weren't.
Random.
Come on. Oh, and then I think it's in another one.
Do the parents have to be force sensitive though?
Not necessarily, but I mean,
but anyway,
not every baby in Star Wars has the force. Let's get it. Yes, I'm gonna see Rossi on Friday. I'm gonna punch him in the guts for having an android.
C. Love it. Yeah, the Dedra stuff is so good because I hated her all season in the best way.
Yeah.
For a split second, I felt bad for her. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you do dirt, you get dirt. That's what happens. Get out of here. She greenlit the Gorman massacre.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cyril had a chance to redeem himself, but then he got greedy when he saw Cassian and chose that instead of
True.
helping people. So you do dirt,
True.
you get dirt. It's everywhere in life.
Yeah. What was I saying? If you do
You
dirt, you
if you
get
do
dirt.
dirt, you get dirt. If you do somebody
Bro,
dirty,
did you
you're gonna
just make that up, or is that an actual saying?
that's a New York thing.
Oh my god! If you
Yeah.
do dirt, you get dirt.
You
I
do
love
dirt,
that.
you get dirt. I think
That's
DMX also said
hilarious.
it in a song too. Yeah, as well. So it's
I,
it's
I, don't,
official New York.
I don't know who DMX is.
One of the greatest rappers from New York.
Oh, okay. You weirdo. Uncultured swine. Yeah, Dedra's. It's so poetic that she ends up there. I thought that was really, again, just another moment where I'm like, oh, that is so smart. I wouldn't have thought that ending for her. That's like such a great way to end her. This was something in the Force with Bix and Cass. Yeah, dude, I like it. I think people just get too like, oh, this is too forced or cameo or
Yeah.
small universe and blah 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 blah. Dude, it's meant to be. I would love that. I would love, yeah, baby Cassie and Junior grows up to be force sensitive. That'd be cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And Adren, the Nakina outfit gave me a chuckle. Yeah, it's good. It was good. So good.
Got him. So funny.
Got it. Yeah, and that really, what we're talking about wrapped it up. I don't think there was anything else we missed from these 3 episodes, but yeah, overall, Andor season 2. What's kind of your summary of thoughts for this season?
I'm like half happy and half like Andor's still boring. Not for me. Like, it kills me because like the last 6 episodes were nowhere near like the first 6 episodes, right? Because for me, for me, the last 6 felt more like Rogue One. It felt more like, I don't want to say Star Wars, but it felt more Rogue One-esque. And the first 6 episodes felt like Andor season 1. So like for me, I'm happy. I enjoyed the second half, but I didn't enjoy the first 18 episodes at all. Like at all. Yeah. For me, it doesn't really change a whole lot. Like the last 6, I'll watch again. The first 18, probably never again. I couldn't even finish the rewatch of the first season. Remember, I tried doing it. I have like, it's just not for me. But the last 6 are for me. Like really for me.
Yeah. So even in hindsight and having everything now, and especially the end story of these characters, like you wouldn't ever go watch like the Aldani arc again, or the prison arc.
So
like
out of the
characters
first season, there was only 2 episodes I liked, and I think it was the last episode of each one of those arcs. So I would just watch that episode because I don't need 3-hour buildup to like. Come on. I wonder if that's a problem of it just being like, for me, it being stretched out 12 episodes. I feel like a lot of this could have been condensed and cut. And imagine if they would have gave this dude a trilogy. I think I would have much rather this as a movie experience, because the last 6, the 7, 8, and 9, that felt like a movie. When I was watching that, I felt like I was in a movie theater. That experience was amazing. So yeah, I think I would have preferred like a movie experience out of it. But for me, Andor still, it's a little bit for me, but for the most part, not really for me.
So interesting.
Like I'm not a big Tony Gilroy guy. I'm good on him. Like, bye. I see everyone's like back up the money truck. Nah, I'm good, bro. He could keep moving. Like, I'm good. Cause like I don't find it fair that they gave Tony Gilroy the freedom, because when he first signed on, he was like, I'm doing it my way. I want this. I don't want you to bother me, KK. Like he got what he wanted. He told his story the way he wanted, got a crazy budget, and it came out amazing, right? The quality, everything was perfect. But like Jon Favreau, for example, Book of Boba and Mando season 3, he didn't have freedom. He didn't have the budget and all that stuff. There's no way Jon Favreau wanted to bring Grogu back that quick. And let's bring in Lizzo and Jack Black for season 3. This is my story. There's no way. So if they would have gave John the Tony Gilroy money and freedom and not bothered him, Book of Boba and Mando 3 would have been lit.
I do agree in the sense that the budgeting of the shows has always baffled me. Like,
Ridiculous. That's why it looks so
because
good, though.
yeah, yeah.
So like Acolyte had a big budget. I didn't really see where that went because it looked like every other show in the volume. This big budget, this shit, everything looks
You
amazing.
see it. Yeah. You
Everything is
see it.
amazing. The acting, the
Oh,
writing, all that stuff is top tier. But for me, it just reminds me of like an HBO Max show about living in outer space. Big budget, high
mm,
quality. So I mean, it is what it is.
mm.
Yeah.
I think yeah, my forever question will be what would have Kenobi and Boba, and granted, remember, I like these shows.
Kenobi.
Both these shows are like a
Kenobi
7 to 8 out of 10. But what would these shows look like
with that
if
budget.
with that budget and with Tony Gilroy at the helm? My sort of match made in heaven is I want to see Tony and Dave Filoni. Wow,
See,
that rhymes.
I would take that because you would get the amazing quality, but Dave would
Quality of Tony
would have
with
the
the
story
magic
and the
of
lore.
Dave.
Yeah, I would take that. I don't need a Tony Gilroy by himself project, but give him either John or Dave. That way they can add the more Star Wars-ness into it that was missing for me, the fantasy element. Now season 2, he did get a lot better because there was a lot more aliens. It felt more like the world that we're used to. But yeah, I would like a combo like that. So I would definitely take that. Him by himself, I'm cool. You're not for me, bro. But him with John or him with Dave, yeah. And like nobody bothering them, like lock them in a room. Boys, do your thing.
Yeah. I really am fascinated because Lucasfilm are somewhat, people might disagree with this, are somewhat pretty receptive to what does well and what doesn't do well. At least in the past.
Receptive how?
Well, bro, they were like, the second Acolyte finished, they were like, okay, we'll stop this. They were wanting that bad boy to do like 1 billion seasons and do all these books and extras to it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second it didn't go well, they're like, see ya. Which, so I would say in like the last like 12 to 18 months, they're a lot more receptive to what's actually being said. And I think I just wonder. I know Tony's like, oh, I don't want to do more. Like it's, this has been such a long part of my life. But I'm like, I don't know, the success of this show, however you want to sort of measure its success, the money or the views or whatever, or even just the critiques of this. I think they got to listen to. And so I'm really fascinated. If I was head of something, I would figure out the price of what it would be to make Tony an executive on Ahsoka season 2. I would find that price and make that happen, because just him coming in as an advisory to Dave, to being like, hey, this is how we can sort of help deepen this character or help deepen this concept in the show, because Ahsoka season 1 is my favorite live action. Favorite live action of Star Wars. And I can still say there was a few shortcomings within the season.
Oh, 100%.
That can be improved. 100%.
And like, it's part of it is Dave. This is his first time really, really doing a full live action show. He's the animation god. So he's still learning live action for sure. I think season 2 is going to be insane. I think like he's going to cook. I think it's going to be crazy. I'm pumped for that. For
Yeah. Which is also actually just, talking about the end of the show is super sad because, whether you loved Andor or not, it was kind of, it's an exciting time when a show's happening, but we don't have anything for ages now. What the fuck are we going to do?
Till next year. I went live the other day. We were trying to figure this out. So I think the first project could be Maul's Shadow Lord or sometime next year. What we were trying to predict for 2026 was Maul could be like February, maybe January, February. Mando movies May, and then Ahsoka will probably be like August, September, going into the fall.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's how it's probably going to be spread out. It would be a Christmas miracle if we got Maul to premiere like Christmas. That way, the last week of the year, we get the first episode, and then it could stretch through January and February. But I think Maul probably will be the first thing we get. But that's still like 7 to 8 months away.
I know. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be so like bored.
Not me. I'm just gonna watch Revenge of the Sith over and over and be happy. Sucker.
I love it. Stuck in a loop. Love it. One thing I think, with Maul coming up, I definitely think it'll be the first thing to happen in the year because like that trailer was like fully
It looked
rendered
done.
and
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
It was like,
Yeah,
okay,
they're
we've done this
done.
show. And like they would have been developing it for ages. Like I reckon still with Bad Batch and then Bad Batch finished. They would have finished making Bad Batch. I got to calculate. They would have finished making it, but mid 2023 maybe. So it's like they've had like 2 years to essentially make this show
Yeah.
without anyone knowing. They've got a full ass trailer. So I think the show is pretty, or not show, but the season at least would be pretty much done, I think. So yeah, I reckon an early year release for the Mall show would be prime, would be awesome.
I
But yeah.
I I hope we get something crazy in there with Vader because I need for it to make sense why in Rebels Maul is terrified of Vader, and if there's some sort of like confrontation or they run in, oh, I would just be so happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I want Vader in it because I think I like it when they just focus on the
But
main guy because Vader's too great. You know what I mean? Like he's too
no, for
amazing to
sure.
pop in.
But like in Rebels, when Vader pops up, Maul is terrified and he runs. They've never
Mm.
met. I need to know why. I just need to see why. Or even if he's not in it, if maybe Maul Vader sends a bunch of Inquisitors after Maul, which he probably does, because isn't there an Inquisitor in the trailer that they're fighting at one point? Oh, Marak.
Is there?
We're gonna see
Oh yeah, he's in that. Yeah, that's
that
right.
could be crazy. We're gonna see who Marak was, and he's definitely gonna die because he gets
Mm.
resurrected.
Yeah, true. True. Maybe he goes into the waters like Asajj.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, true. It's a Bad Batch novel. I will probably pick
Yeah.
that up. I don't get into a lot of the books, but Bad Batch I adore, so I probably will pick that up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. But what else is happening? Kind of trying to move off of Andor and the
Oh,
legacy it
this
leaves.
is true too. Josh said them releasing 3 at a time played a huge role in his reception. Yeah, no, because you got a full movie every week, and like
Mm.
all 3 episodes kind of were like one episode, especially the last arc. It felt like one story, so
Mm.
that definitely played a part for sure.
I wonder what season one would have felt like if it was released that way, because I think one of the downfalls of season one is like it was the same type. Episodes were really just dense and long, and there was a lot to absorb. But like, imagine if we just got the prison arc all at once, Aldani all at once, even the Ferric stuff all at once. Like, I think it would have made a bit more sense because
It would have, but
you,
we
you
did get
don't.
the first 3 all
Mm,
at once, and that put me to sleep. I deleted my reaction
interesting.
videos. I'm like, this is not good.
You're kidding. You're
So
kidding. Did
I
you actually?
recorded my first reaction videos ever for Andor, and I was watching it. I'm like, bro, this is what? Nothing happened. Where's my sister? I deleted it. I never posted it.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah,
crazy.
bro.
That's crazy, dude. You're so cutthroat. You're so cutthroat. Love it.
Yeah,
But yeah, yeah, it just would have been interesting if it felt different. But I like the release of these three episodes. It was a movie a
yeah.
week. It was cool. It was cool.
It was cool as a fan to
Mm.
watch, but as a content creator, a nightmare. There were so many people that did reaction videos. I'm like, man, you guys are brave,
It
or
was
you
easy.
have
It's not
editors.
bad. You just, it's like
You
2 hours of
just
you, 2 hours of the episode. You
it's
just
like
all,
3 hours almost. Some of them boys were
yeah.
thick and long.
Yeah, they were. Granted, I didn't do the first two. I only did last week and this week, and those were the most interesting ones. So
Yeah.
I found it easy because then I could like, as I was editing my reactions, like I could like rewatch the episode and be like, "Oh, that happened. That's right. That was
Yeah.
cool. That was cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's talking moving off from TV shows and content now. Do you want to talk about what's coming up for you, convention wise? You got a big weekend this weekend. What's going down?
Tomorrow flying out to Nashville, Tennessee for ICCC. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. There's probably maybe 5 people I'm gonna meet and get autographs from. One is Katie Sackhoff, and I'm gonna make her fall in love with
Oh
me.
yeah, yeah.
So Katie Sackhoff's gonna be there. I'm also gonna probably meet Watto and Sebulba just cause like what?
So cool.
Yeah,
Love
very
it.
very
Love it.
random. Tunwi, Dad, Tunwi's here. She's gonna be there, so that's gonna be really cool to meet her. The Kaminoan, and who's the other one? Oh, There's a bunch of Ninja Turtle actors there. So one of the April O'Neils from the Ninja Turtles movies from the 90s, I'm gonna meet her too because she's gorgeous. I love her.
Yeah. So
So
cool.
there's a lot of other cool people there. Roger Christian's gonna be there. Dude made the first lightsaber ever. So I'm probably gonna meet him too and be like, bro, thank you. Like, thanks. Like, that's freaking awesome. And then like Warwick Davis is there. Brendan Wayne is there. I'm gonna be
that's
like,
cool. Yeah.
so with Brendan Wayne, we might try to ask him like tricky questions, like, "Hey, when you were filming the Mando movie, how was it hanging out with Mark Hamill behind the scenes to see if he like slips up or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. See his reaction. Yeah.
Or what was it like working with Tamora on the Mando movie, and just to see if he like smiles? Yeah.
Because I
So
remember seeing, I think it was it Josh's video, Den of Nerds, that mentioned, oh, like Tam's gonna be back in a project soon. Did you watch that video where he mentions that?
oh yeah, he talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't think he is, because seeing him just before Celebration and at Celebration, I don't know. He doesn't seem to like have that vibe that he's hiding something. He seems like he's just blatantly being like, I don't know what's, I don't know. They're not
Oh,
talking
you
to
know
me.
what he's
I don't
hiding?
know.
Ahsoka, bro. He's gonna pop up his Rex in Ahsoka.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He still seems too down to me. He
I
seems
bet
too
you
down about it.
those flashbacks, we're gonna see Rex pull up, take his helmet off, and it's gonna be freaking Tamora. Rossi, no, ICCC, super chill, not crowded at all. You could actually breathe and walk. So, oh, Brendan's and he bartends, bro. I'm gonna get him a bunch of shots. If I see him at a bar, I'm just gonna get him drunk and be like, bro, tell me
everything.
Tell me. I won't tell nobody. I'll just tell Hannah, and that's it.
Love it, bro. Yeah, right? I feel like that's literally how we go about things. Like, if anyone ever tells us a secret, know that the other one immediately knows it.
Yep.
That's literally how we go about it.
Basically.
Like, if you tell one of us, you get both of us, okay?
Like, we knew about, we kind of knew about that mall show.
Yeah, we both knew about the mall show.
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, that's so good. I love Star Wars. I love life. This is so fun. Even with no shows coming out soon. Like, we're gonna have fun.
Oh yeah. We're
Just
gonna have plenty of fun.
go through shows doing like what ifs and just fan questions. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Now I don't want the show to run too long because you got prep for ICC.
Yes.
ICCC. I always forget the last C.
Triple C.
To do. So last questions in the chat. We rarely do like specific question time. But if you've got any last questions for us before we start to wrap up the show, do you have anything else to kind of mention or bring up?
So I do see a lot of, and like, I mean, that's fine, but a lot of people are putting Andor like at the top of their list for live action, like a lot of people, which is cool. I mean, the last 6 episodes were some of the strongest things we've ever gotten, hands down. But for me, yeah, that's just, yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. And so it's cool. A lot of people really, really liked it and enjoyed it. So that's cool.
Honestly, like the episode 8 and 9, even in context of me not loving season 1 and being like, this is pretty good for the rest of this season, I'm like, it honestly carries it. Like, I forget what else I felt in any other episode.
Yeah.
Episode 8 and 9 is just like perfection. It's they're 10 out of 10s for me. So that's why I'm like, it's hard. It is hard to put it in a ranking because I'm like, I don't love it all though, but these episodes are perfect. So Ahsoka is still at my number 1, even though I think Andor is really close to perfection with these kind of handful of episodes we get.
Andor didn't change on my list. It's still at the bottom above Acolyte.
Who said that? Is that what you're saying?
No, me. Yeah, my list. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What are you saying right now?
I'll take every other show as a Star Wars show, bro. Hot take, and I do not care. Andor is
not a hot take. That is like a boiling lava take, bro. That is,
bro,
an insane
Ahsoka,
claim.
Mando, Kenobi, Boba, Skeleton Crew. I'll take all that first.
You would take Acolyte above Andor?
No. I said Andor is above Acolyte at the bottom of the list.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not.
Bad.
Yeah, come on.
My bad.
Acolyte's at the bottom. Yeah, no, I didn't say
Oh.
Acolyte over Andor. I'm not a lunatic.
My bad.
Acolyte,
did chat? What did chat hear? I thought I heard you say it was
Acolyte.
above.
I only liked one episode, and just episode 5 when Chimere's cutting everybody up. That's it.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, no. Andor is just above Acolyte.
Yeah,
just above.
I do think you
Just
said it
above.
the other way around. To be honest, I think Chad agrees.
Tomato. Yeah. Whatever.
I think that's why we were all shocked, being like, "Dude."
Yeah,
okay, cool. That's perfectly fine. That is a perfectly fine take then. We're about to have so much beef. Yeah, I gotta maybe I should do a stream trying to rank every show now, because
you could, yeah.
Yeah, we got ages to the next live action, so we might do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ice cold take, 100%. Are you going to dive into some High Republic novels with Star Wars TV show Drought? I can already answer for Tony. Probably not.
Wow.
Bro.
I'm actually reading get out of here. I'm reading the Bane novel, baby. Let's go. Sith Gang,
Republic,
baby.
Bro. That's not
I know.
Republic.
I'm reading something that's like good. I mean, the High Republic might be good.
The question is High Republic, brother. Are you reading High Republic?
Nope.
Jeez.
I'm reading Bane.
That was my answer. I was like, Tony will say no.
Bane.
Oh, goddamn. I might, maybe in a couple of months. I'm not in the mood, but I might be in the mood later if I'm, got nothing going on. So I need to pick back up. What was I reading? The Courtship of Princess Leia. It's a Legends book. I'm currently reading through that.
Wait.
Yeah, which is really funny. It's like a book about some other like prince from a planet coming in and trying to court Leia essentially, while she's with Han, and it's like this weird love triangle. It's weird, but anyway, see how it goes. What was the other question? What were we just saying before? But yeah, got to do another ranking of the live shows. It's interesting. Yeah, there you go. Wow,
yeah, that's a good
every Star Wars book. Wow.
That's a good video to make. If I were to make one, the comments would just be pissed at me, because when I did my last one before Acolyte came out, Andor was like D tier, C tier. It was at the bottom, and people were like, "Oh my god, are you crazy, bro?" Block. Shut up. Like, shut up.
I love it. I've never seen someone so mad about the High Republic. Like, you either love it or you're just like, I haven't read it. I don't know. But you're like actively mad at it. What's wrong with it?
That's Chris. That's just who he is. He's mad at everything. Yeah.
I love it. So good. So good. Yeah, I want more Krennic, dude. I want to read Catalyst. Catalyst is meant to be really, really good. Which is a book about Krennic and Galen Erso. So have you read that book?
No, everything with Krennic and Mon Mothma was amazing. Was so good.
Yeah.
But those are characters I care about. The rest of the characters, like, I don't care about Melshi and Clea, whatever her name is. Dude. I cared about her after that one episode, though, to be fair. But the rest of it, I'm like, I don't care about you, lady in the office.
You like, we get on board on the same page, and then you come out with something insane like, I don't give a shit about Melshi or Clea, and you don't even know her name.
I don't. But Krennic and Mommy, yeah.
Oh yeah. Death Choco. Catalyst is great, but it's a James Luceno book. Everyone loves his style. Because I remember I started
James Luceno.
But it was pretty heavy. It was pretty like not heavy, but very dense. But I found that with Plagueis. I started reading Plagueis, and I'm like, this is too dense, and I went to the audiobook, and then I could get through it with the audiobooks. And maybe I got to do that for Catalyst.
Yeah.
But it's James Luceno. There you go. Maybe you should read it then, man. If you like Krennic, you should read it.
I'll read it. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Yeah, thank you. I know. I was waiting for your reaction there. But yeah. Anyway, any final thoughts? Let's get out of here real soon. I think that's all I have for now for Andor.
Yeah, that's everything that I got.
I will tease. I am actually gonna go pretty hard on, now that we have like nothing to do with Star Wars for active shows coming up. I'm gonna be doing some like deep dive character analysis. In these kind of main characters of Andor. I'm gonna be doing one like Cassian, Bix, Mon Mothma, Luthen, and kind of just because I think we've got such deep character arcs over each character. I'm gonna just assessing them, each of the main characters. So that's gonna be a bit of a video series on the channel, which is
Nice.
I don't know, just what I've got going on here. But yeah,
Nice.
anything else for you, man?
Nah, I'll be doing the same. A lot of content coming up. There's a lot coming up over the net through the rest of the year, so that'll keep me busy for sure. And then yeah, I want to get back on video game streaming, so I'll be doing that again soon. I just gotta get a new. I think my capture card's messed up. Something's messed up. So we'll be doing that, playing video games, Star Wars games again. Let's go.
Yeah, unreal. Unreal. Alrighty, well, this has been a fantastic discussion. Thank you so much for everyone joining. Let's get on out of here, Tony.
Yes. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back next week. I don't know what we'll be talking about. We'll figure it out, but always choose the Sith side, guys. Farewell.